welcome to, I don't know what episode this is for TalkZetsu. We're going to do another recommendation, and today we talk about DanDaDan. So what is it about? What is DanDaDan about?
Basic synopsis of the story. A lovesick girl in high school named Momoyase is trying to help a very helpless individual named Okuron, aka Ken Takakura, who is being bullied, and they both believe in two different things that are of the supernatural. Momo believing in spirits, ghosts like yokai, while Ken believes in aliens and like the cryptid, the other side of the supernatural. They both kind of learn that they're both right, and while Ken becomes possessed by a ghost and loses his genitals.
Genitalia.
Yes.
That's crazy. He loses a genital, and then she gains superpowers.
I want to recommend this specific manga because it's very self-aware of what it is, and that at first I thought it was leaning towards I thought it was riding the wave of what like the current popular mangas are right now, which is very like spiritual and like yokai, the supernatural, where you see it in like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man. It's heavily demon oriented. It's like very. It comes from like the Japanese supernatural, but unlike all those other mangas and anime series, it kind of expands its horizon with like, now we're going to talk about aliens, and like look how very silly these things are like to talk about.
Yeah. And
like it because if you look at the old books of like yokai, the old paintings of like spirits and aliens and stuff, you see it's very silly. They're wearing like underwear on their head. Even, spoiler, the Turbo Granny is just something that like runs after you and like knocks on your window, and that's it.
I didn't know like the current mangas. I didn't even know they were more towards the supernatural.
Yeah.
Demons and stuff like that. But what really got me about this manga is the romance. Like because you told me about DanDaDan, and I was like usually when you tell me something I'm like, what is it about? But this time I just read it without looking at it. And then I was like, okay, ghosts and stuff, he gets powers, whatever. Like you said, it's like at first it was going the normal route.
Mm-hmm.
The romance part was like, actually got me excited, I'm not gonna lie. I started like tapping my feet. I was like, this is too good. Like it's like corny, but like in a good way.
It reminds me a lot of, have you read the original like Men in Black comics?
No.
It reminds me a lot about that. The Men in Black series, the movie series is about aliens, while the comic book series is about everything of the occult. They don't fight aliens or detain aliens. Mm-hmm. And that's what kind of reminds me of.
I really like, I guess Abdul told me this last time, like how like in One Punch Man, like he's always goofy. Mm-hmm. And then when he's serious, they drew the art where it's like he gets real like defined features.
Yeah.
And then when he's goofy, it's just like the most simple art. Mm-hmm. And I like they do that for here too. Like when they're goofy, it's simple looking art, and then like she's about to go down. Mm-hmm. They just make the characters look so sick. Yeah,
there's like a lot of in their normal life, everything's like very flat and like very thick lines. Where it's like it reminds me of the older mangas, like the goofy 4 commas or 4 comma. I don't know how to pronounce it. 4 comma, where it's like it's goofy, and then when it gets serious, you see like the cross hatching and like the dots and stuff like that.
Yeah, shading.
Yeah, mad texture.
I haven't noticed about the thick lines. I don't know what you mean by that.
I feel like artists, it's taking a lot from other series. It's wearing its influences on its sleeve. Whereas like you see a lot of like mangaka do shit that people in the comic book industry don't do, and that's pay attention to people's clothing. Like you could tell a lot about the characters from what they wear. And that's really interesting with the character of like Momo and the Granny, who are very fashion forward. They're very expressive. And then you have like Ken, who doesn't really wear any popular clothing. That's what I also like about it. Like it reminds me a lot about like Bleach. I like the art. It's very stylistic. It reminds me of like One Punch Man, chiller mangas that are coming out nowadays.
So I was right to mention One Punch Man.
Yeah.
I never noticed the fashion until you mentioned it.
Yeah.
But I guess I just read it too casually.
I do like that it's like paranormal. Like it makes fun of, it doesn't make fun of the paranormal manga, but like it's taking the influence of it, and it's like it's very much a needle in the haystack type of thing, where a lot of these mangas are taking itself seriously with like, oh, look how serious like this yokai is, look at this battle, look how serious it is, demons are scary, and it's just making fun of it. It's like it's the One Punch Man of like
Demons.
of like the supernatural.
Yeah, I guess that is like literally the first dialogue that when the ghost came out, it's like, "Give me your shalong." I was like, damn, what am I reading?
Yeah, I like that it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah, and even the aliens are like, we're just men. We want to reproduce.
Yeah, it takes a lot from like popular culture. There's a lot of references to like actual books, and there's a lot of references like old school like supernatural books and like alien books, cryptid books. They take a lot from actual like Japanese mythology, spirit, like yokais and shit like that. Like some of the yokais that you don't think are real, we literally just searched up and said, oh shit, they're actually real. There's actual things people would talk about in Japan. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take any of like the more popular supernatural stuff. It takes one like the stuff that no one would ever talk about.
Yeah, I've never heard of Turbo Granny.
Yeah, and I've never heard of like acrobatic Silky.
But like the Skinwalker wrench is a real thing though when we looked it up.
Yeah. Or not a real thing, it's like
a real story.
Yeah, it's a real story. But all these are like real stories that people have told. It's just taking stuff from real life.
Yeah, it's cool. Like when I watch horror movies, like the thing that scares me, like the thing that like gives me the shivers isn't like the actual movie. It's the fact that like people who made the movie, like I guess we would call them directors, authors, who wrote the movie, the amount of research they did into like demons and devils and stuff. Like the facts are there. They did their research on devils, and it's just weird to think people fucking research on demons.
I think what helps the manga a lot for the writing is that because it's so comedy oriented, when it switches like One Punch Man to serious, it's more impactful than when it's like 100% serious. Like a lot of popular manga sprinkles in like jokes, like let's say Jujutsu Kaisen and Naruto, they sprinkle in jokes. This one is like they go all in, but when there's like a scary scene or an action scene, it hits harder because it has a flat line of like comedy is like a flat line of emotion of just being happy, and then because it's all comedy, when something scary happens, it's really scary is what I'm trying to say. So I think that it does that well. I think that's what affects the genre pretty well. The romance and the story is pretty well done too.
I just like how it's so corny and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I like how like when he's nerdy he has a haircut, and then when he got his powers he has a different hairstyle.
Yeah. I like that the story is it's a coming of age story, and that it's one of people going through an experience to change and better themselves and let go of their egos and shit like that. She accepts what her grandma does and like what she is, and then she becomes that, and it's her changing. And that's what's really cool about her character, is that she's an individual who doesn't really need to change because she already went through her arc, and all she needs to do is mentally get around other people. It's very apparent with like the clothing that they wear and the hairstyle, literal transformation of themselves. Like they start off like thinking about love and what their ideal love is, and then that completely changes when they find out what that person would actually look like. Like the main character is someone who's a pussy, but my bad. The main character, who is a woman, likes people who are very stoic individuals, and who she tries to find that in love, but that is not. But when she finally loves someone, or when she has feelings for someone that she does not know, or her own feelings, it's someone who is a very nerdy individual. And I think that this character is someone who is a nerdy individual who is soon going to become that stoic individual.
I guess something I mentioned before also, like, I feel like it's going to change in the future once the character gets stronger. But so far, you said you like it how it seems like in every scene that female character is the one that saves the day. It's more like, it's not like the prince saves the princess. Yeah. It's more like she's always the one that saves them.
Yeah, I like that. The cool aspect of the story is that there are a lot of like female characters, and it's not like corny as shit with like, it reminds me of like
kind of like
Rukia.
Rukia, or like
it's not old school shonen where it's like the guy doing everything and just saving the girl all the time. And I don't want to sound like I'm a fucking corny soy boy or some shit like that, but it's cool. Like they do it in a cool way, and this character is cool, and they don't fucking throw her to the side and say, nah, you gotta be saved all the time. Like, no, she is probably the second most powerful character that we see off the jump.
I'm gonna say some spoiler, but fuck, I can't help it. It's like how he's like, I got this, and then he's like, no, I don't got it. Like, save me.
Yeah, like they don't make him. They don't make the main character powerful. I mean, yeah, the male main character powerful off the bat. He's weak. Like he can't handle his own abilities, which is a good starting off point.
And it also gives him like more high potential.
Yeah. To
show how much stronger he'll become once he gets strong enough to handle the power.
Yeah. Like even the mentor characters are cool. Like
I lied, it's gonna be corny. It's gonna be the mainstream shonen now.
Yeah.
It's the ending. Oh, I guess it's theories again, but he's gonna be stronger than her, and then she's gonna go, oh my god, because he's gonna save her at the end, and he's gonna do one of the corny ones where he holds her in his arms.
Yeah. But we see. Oh fuck! This is spoilers. But we see what she can become, which is her grandma, mm-hmm. right? Who is a powerful shaman. So, would you recommend this manga?
I'll recommend it, but one thing I hate about it though is how you told me to read it too early. It's like 30 chapters on it.
Yeah. And
I hate reading manga like that. I'd rather read like 200 chapters in one go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish there was more. But
do you think this could get like an anime? Like, would you think? And if it did, do you think it would get an actual following?
100%.
Yeah.
Can we talk upon the hentai potential on this on the series? People are gonna go crazy with the hentai of this thing.
Yeah, it's gonna get popular just off of hentai alone, bro. It's gonna get crazy popular.
There's so much they could do.
Oh my god, so amazing.
It's amazing?
Yeah.
It's gonna be some fucked up ones though.
Yeah.
Well, would you recommend it?
Yeah, I heavily recommend it. I love it, bro. It's amazing. It's weird. It's like the blue cheese of of mangas right now, right? It's very you have to have like a certain taste, and you would have to read other yokai demon type mangas to appreciate this one a little bit more, because it kind of makes those other series look kind of funny when you realize these are what the demons would actually look like. Mm-hmm. And like how silly they actually are. And it's like reading a bunch of like superhero comics and then reading like One Punch Man or Invincible. The appreciation is there. The series comes out of love, and I like that. Like you could tell that the creator loves like writing it. So yeah, I recommend it, and I think it would get an anime.
Also, I like how this manga gives so many emotions. Mm-hmm. When I read the basic stuff, I'll have like pretty straight face, like, oh, this is the usual. Mm-hmm. And then the romance stuff will get me like excited. And then there is one part where it gets me pretty like spooked out, and I messaged you about it. I was like, damn, this is what the ending of this specific chapter. Mm-hmm. Like that shit scared me a little bit.
Yeah, it always ends on suspense.
Does it? I never noticed it. I guess until the last chapter, because I've always been reading. Like I've never felt the suspense because I get the satisfaction right after.
Yeah, they grab you in every time at the ending. They grab you in, so you come back and think, oh, what's gonna happen next? I like that.
I hate that.